So lesson 9-3, constructing bisectors. And in this lesson, you learn to bisect line segments and angles. When are you ever going to use this? Knowing how to find bisectors helps a carpenter make miter cuts. So the word we're going to talk about or define will be the word bisect. So the Greek mathematician Euclid answered the following problem more than 2,000 years ago. That given a line segment of any length, find the geometric method for dividing the line segment into two equal parts. So to bisect something means to separate into two congruent parts. Congruent means equal. Okay? So you can use a straight edge and a compass to bisect a line segment. And you will need your compasses for this one. So you need your compass and you will need your ruler to be able to follow along. And as I do this, okay, you need to also do this on a piece of paper. So let's go to the first step. As I go to the first step, pause it, do it, and then pause it again. Okay, so follow along with me. Step number 1, use a straight edge to draw segment YZ. And this is our segment YZ. I drew it, okay, already. So we will name it YZ. Y on one side, Z on the other side. Okay, so that's step number 1. Any kind of segment, doesn't matter what direction it's going, for as long as it's segment YZ. Okay, step number 2, okay, is this: place the compass point at Y. So I'm going to get my compass and put it at Y, right there. Set the compass to more than half the length of segment YZ. So I'm going to tilt my compass, and then I'm going to create an opening that's more than halfway of YZ right there. That's approximately a good halfway. It doesn't have to be exactly it doesn't have to be an exact distance, okay, just approximate that's more than halfway of YZ. And from there, draw two arcs. Okay, so this is the arc that we are going to draw right there. Okay, so that's the first arc. Okay, this is actually the first arc, and this is the second arc. I just connected the two arcs. Okay, and then from there we are going to, okay, basically what it's saying is that from there now we are going to you get our compass and get the pointed part of our compass and move it to Z, and that is exactly step number 3. With the same compass setting, place the compass point at Z and draw two arcs as shown. Okay, it's only actually one big arc. You can draw two small arcs, one arc here, one arc there, and that's the reason why it's saying two arcs. Okay, but I'm just doing it with one big arc. So I'm going to get my compass, I'm going to put it at point Z right there. I'm going to flip my compass around. Okay, I'm going to flip my compass around there. Okay, then I'm going to adjust it so that's over my line, and now I'm going to draw my arc. So this is my arc right there. Okay, so you notice that the two arcs will now intersect, and this is where we go to step number 4. In step number 4, it's simply saying that with a straight edge, draw segment WZ, okay, and this is WZ right here. Where they intersect will be point W, and this will be point V, WV, okay, and then I'm going to get my straight edge, okay, which is my ruler right here, and I'm going to connect the 2 points. My ruler is too big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, that's small enough, and then I'm going to connect point W and point Z. Okay, and I'm going to use that straight edge to draw my segment right there. Okay, and I have now bisected segment YZ, and if I place a point where that my segment WB intersects my segment YZ, which is right here, point P, you notice that segment YP right here, okay, segment YP, okay, segment YP, which is this segment right here, is congruent. This is a symbol of congruency, an equal sign and a squiggly line on top, is congruent to segment PZ right here. So this segment YP is equal in measure to segment PZ, and we have just bisected our line segment. Okay? So if you don't get this, pause it and do it again. Let's move on now to bisecting angles. Okay, you can also use a straight edge and a compass to bisect an angle. So these are the 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oopsie, what is that showing? Okay, so we'll get see that later. So use a straight edge and compass to bisect angle DEF. So first we need to create angle DEF. Okay, so I can do this because my program allows me to do this. You will need a straight edge to create your own angle. So let's say I have an angle, this angle right here, okay, and this is angle DEF. Okay, I'm going to put a point there. That is D, that is E, and this is F. This is now angle DEF. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. Draw angle DEF using a straight edge. We've done that, easy enough. Okay, now second step, place the compass point at E and draw an arc that intersects both sides of the angle. Label these points G and H. So what it's saying is this: get your compass, put it on point E, and make an opening. Okay, doesn't matter how big. Okay, that's good enough. And then we'll change the color of that opening to blue. Okay, and draw an arc that intersects both sides of the angle. So we'll get our compass, we'll basically draw an arc that will intersect both sides of our angle. Okay, and says there, label these points G and H. Okay, so this is G and this is H, where the arc intersects the two sides of your angle. Okay, so that's step number 2. Step number 3 is simply place the compass point at G and draw an arc as shown. So basically get the point at G right there. Okay, and then get your compass and make sure that that compass is somewhere inside the angle and create an opening. Okay, doesn't matter how big that opening is, create an opening and do not change that opening because we will always use the same opening. So in this case, my opening is 135 degrees. Your compass will not show an angle measure. Okay, so my opening is 135 degrees. It says place the compass at point G and draw an arc as shown. So basically, we will create an arc inside our angle, like that. Okay, and then next step after that, after putting it on G, the pointed part, we are going to put it on H with the same compass setting, okay, which is 135 degrees. Some compasses can be locked. So if you have a compass that locks, the better off you are. Place the compass point at H and draw an arc that intersects the one drawn in the previous step. So basically, we're going to do the same step, but we're going to do it on point H. And then we are going to create another arc right there. Okay, same opening, creating another arc. Okay, so what you're going to do next, okay, is step number 5, is simply use a straight edge to draw EJ. So where the point intersects, okay, will be point J. So we are going to get our straight edge now, and we are going to connect E and J. So that's E right here, and we need to connect it to point J. Hold on, here you go. There you go, right there. Okay, right there. Okay, and then let's use green here to connect those two, and we have just bisected our angle. Okay, so we have just bisected our angle, meaning that if I name my angles, okay, this is angle DEJ, okay, is congruent. Remember, this is a symbol for congruency, congruent to angle FEJ. Okay, and that's how you bisect line segments and angles. The secret word for this lesson would be beats. Secret word is beats. Thank you for watching.